Okay, so yesterday's question was using free tools only, how can I automatically invoice a client for an appointment? Keeping in mind that I have just one calendar through Calendly, and I want to offer a free session first. So I'm offering a free session. If it's the first session that's free, that's fine. But after that, I want to automatically invoice them. So I've put this together using Calendly, MailerLite, and Zapier. So first off, we'll have a look at the workflow. So this is what we want to happen, or this is what's going to happen, is a booking's made in Calendly, and then we can skip all this because this is, have they had a session yet? If not, then it's a free session. If they have, we want to send them a payment request. So these are some details on how it's going to happen. Once the booking is made in Calendly, Zapier is going to send their email address to MailerLite. In MailerLite, Zapier adds the user to the group in MailerLite called Booking. MailerLite automation is triggered. It checks if the user is in the free group. If they're not in the free group, it adds them there. That's tracking that they've booked their free session in. And then that's the end of the workflow for there. If they're already in the free group, meaning they've already had their free session, then the payment request is sent. So to go from the very start, if someone books in for their free session, they go through here, all of this happens. Are they in the free group? No, not yet. We'll add them to it. That's the end. Then they come back to book another session. They go through all of this. They're already in the free group. So we send a request for payment there. So let's have a look at how this works. So first things first, we need to go into MailerLite, and we need to create a group for that free session. We actually need to create two groups, one for booking to trigger that workflow, and another for the free session. So we'll do this now. Now we can use segments as well, but let's stick with groups. Okay, creating a group now. So the first group I'm going to call booking. And then a second group I'm going to call free. Okay, so we have our two groups here. These are two different tags that we're going to use. Now that those are created, all we have to do is create this flow in Zapier, or this Zap rather. Now I've already created it, and I can send you through a link to the template. So you just have to sync your details here, but I'll take you through how it works. So we've got invitee created in Calendly, and then we've got the account. So you just have to sync it here. The trigger will be based on the user. This is just a test function. Now, add a subscriber to a group. So when someone creates an invite, Zapier is adding them to a group. So I've got the account details here, the action, and the action we want to take is the subscriber group. We want to add them to booking. There it is right there. Very easy. And then we simply want to test that. Success, true, all good. And then we'd publish this Zap. So I'm not going to do that right now, but this is all it does, is when an invite's created, it adds them to that group in MailerLite. Then from there, in MailerLite, we're going to go back here and create an automation. Okay, so now we're going to create an automation in MailerLite. So it's fairly simple, new automation. Now we can choose a template, but we can also start from scratch. So it's fairly easy to start from scratch here. We're going to call this, not cake, Calendly booking free check. Start building that. Okay, so step one, we need a trigger. Now we've just set it up so that Zapier adds them to a group called booking. So that can be our trigger. When a subscriber joins a group, and the group that they join is booking. Okay, and we'll save that. We always have to save down the bottom corner here. Now, the very next step will be a condition. So as in our workflow here, when they join that group, we want to check if they're in the free group. So the condition, define the condition. So we want to see group membership, and are they in the free group? So because we're just setting this up, no one will be in the free group yet. You can go back and manually add some people in there if they've already had their free session. So it asks, are they in the free group already? No, they're not. This is their first session. They haven't had a free session yet. Then what we'll do is an action. The action we will do is add them to the free group. So copy to group and free. We might just take another action there. We'll remove them from the group. Booking. This just means it takes them out of that group so that they can book again. It'll trigger this again. If they're already in the group, it won't trigger that a second time. So if they're already in the free group, they've had their free session, we want to send them an email. Now I won't write up the email here, but you can go in and click Design Email, give it a name and a subject, and in this you'll have any payment details. So your QR code, your bank details, whatever it needs, maybe even a link to your Stripe account, something there for them to make a payment, telling them you need to pay for this session. And then at the end there again, action will remove from the booking group. And then we'll save that. Hopefully it doesn't give me any trouble. So it's showing one incomplete step. That's just because I haven't written an email here. Let's write a quick email. So just putting together a very basic email here. So basic, in fact, that I've just used the template and I've changed it to please pay me. So I'm not sending this email out to anyone. It's fine. It's just an example here. But you can come in and you can change these details to something a bit nicer than please pay me, or a bit meaner. Depends how you feel. Pay me now. All right, so that's all set up and saved. And we have a complete automation here. So this combined with the Calendly workflow means that anytime someone books in, it will check if they've booked in before for a free session. If they have booked in before, it'll ask to get paid. If it hasn't, it will just flag that they've taken advantage of their free session, and then the next time they book in, it will ask for payment. So we can turn that on up here. One subscriber could be added to the workflow. I am not going to do that. Don't add subscribers to the workflow. That's fine. Okay, and we'll save that. So this takes advantage of all the free features. So Calendly, if you're only using one calendar with the free version of Calendly, that's fine. This covers that. It lets you have two different types of bookings, one for the free sessions, one for the paid sessions. Zapier, this is all free. It caps at 100 tasks per month. So if you get 100 bookings in a month, it might say this is too much. But if not, then you're fine. And all these features in MailerLite are free as well. And I believe there's a cap on the number of automations you can run, but I'll have to double check that. Okay, yep, so booking made. Are they in the free group? No, adds them in. If they are, then payment request. And maybe you can change that name. The free group might be a bit misleading. Use whatever you like. It's completely customizable to you, but the workflow is all there. All right, thanks a lot.